Hello, welcome to Elite Pilates YMCA Level 3 Diploma in teacher training. My name's Paul, this is Tanya. It's okay, we can edit the cellulite out, Photoshop it out. And this part of the section, this lesson is on postural assessment. So I'm going to split into 3 videos. The posterior, the rear, the side view, the side aspect, and the front view, the anterior view. This particular one is on the posterior view. So, Tanya, I'm just going to do a postural assessment. And what I'd like you to do is, purely out of convention, I do my postural assessments against this wall, and I do it looking at the back first, the posterior view first. I need you to stand as your body honestly wants you to stand. One of the reasons for that, some people walk in like Quasimodo, you tell them you're doing a postural assessment, and lo and behold, they stand like Superman. So I need to know how your body wants you to stand. Oh, we've got an antelope, a little cuddly dog. I need to know how your body wants to stand and wants to make you stand so that we can find any errors. I won't use the word fault in your body. So, from the posterior view, what am I looking at? What am I looking for? First thing I look for, and there'll be a little checklist that you'll have that will give you. What's the head doing? Head, stroke, neck. What to do? Is it over to one side? Just put it over to one side. And I'll put it back to neutral. So what's the head doing? And I'll make a note of that. As Pilates teachers, as Pilates instructors, what you're looking for is to put the head over to one side. Let's think in our anatomy. I've done all the videos on anatomy, so I'll explain some of this. Which muscles could be overly tight, pulling the head to one side? Conversely, which muscles may be weak on anywhere really that can cause that? So basically look at your anatomy, what muscles attach to this area, so you just look at one specific area, what muscles might be overly working, overly tight, overly dominant, conversely which ones might be weak. So put your head back to neutral. First thing we look for, what's the head doing, what's the neck doing? Some people, I don't go by the ears, because not everyone's ears is actually the same. Well, what's the ears? One ear up, is one ear down. You can if you want to, I personally don't, I just look generally the head, what's the neck doing? Next on the list is what are the shoulders doing? Ideally we want the shoulders level. Before we go any further, whenever you do a postural assessment, make sure the floor is actually level. And you're not actually just taking it, you need to take that into account. The floor needs to be level, otherwise if the floor was up at an angle there, she's going to be up on one side. Or going to appear up on one side. So, are the shoulders level? If they're not, again, which muscles might be overly dominant and tight? Conversely, let's just, on that, using this as an example, the latissimus dorsi muscle might be weak and ineffective, therefore the upper traps are dominating and pulling out of position. So don't just think that it's these that are tight. So that's an anatomy skill and knowing what muscles are involved. So what's the head doing? What's the neck doing? What are the shoulders doing? Are they level? Next, I personally look at what are the scapula, the medial wall of the scapula in relation to the spine. Now for people that tend to be right dominant, their right scapula might be rolled forward more. Think muscles now, anterior serratus, stratus anterior, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, and the head of the bicep, in particular the short head, because it attaches to the shoulder blade, can pull it out of position. Conversely, rhomboids might be weak, or weaker, or stretched out, a little bit elongated. Conversely, the similar effect happens if you're left dominant. So look for the spine. Where's the medial border? Is it the same each side? What's the height of the inferior angle of the scapula? Are there different heights there? So it might not necessarily translate too much into a shoulder being up, but you might notice it up a little bit more, rotated around, maybe a little bit more than the other one. Next, I look at the spine. What in general is the spine doing? It's ideal to have as little as possible when you're doing a postural assessment. Not always practical, especially if you're in a group class, because they're all to strip down to the beginning. But certainly on a one-to-one, if you can, if you get the permission, don't just suddenly strip and make it. But ideally as little as possible, so you can see what's going on with the spine. Is there a scoliosis? Is there a lateral deviation in the spine? Be cautious. People's underwear or clothes that they may wear can have an effect on soft tissue, even on the scapula. Some people's bras, they have one side really tight and can pull the body. So you need to be aware and cautious of that. Is it the clothes that they're wearing that can restrict them and pull the body out of position? Certainly soft tissue. But as a general, that's what you look at. Can you see an obvious deviation there? Next, I look for the pelvis. Is the pelvis level? Just pull it down a little bit so we see the dimples, the Venus. Just with a little bit of hands-on palpate. There's the area, you want to go for the highest part I get my head nowhere, and then I'm looking. Is one hip up? Just hitch one up, hip up, not that much. Is one hitch up? Is one hip hitched up, or is it level? Now technically it's not usually a case of it's directly being hitched up. That can happen, but very rare. It's more a case of hip flexors being weak or strong, either rotate the pelvis forward and give it that optical illusion of rising up because of the shape of the pelvis, or is it rotated back? Similarly, so it's not always literally hitched up. It's more rotated and gives it the appearance as if the pelvis is up on the sides. Technically it is to some extent. So, what's the head doing? What's the neck doing? What's the shoulders doing? Are they level? What's the scapula, the medial bone of the scapula doing in relation to the spine? What's the spine doing? Is it plumb? Or is there a lateral deviation anywhere in the spine? What are the pelvis doing? Is the pelvis level? Next, I'll move this cuddly dog out of the way, and I'll look, what are the knees doing? Are they in genu valgus or genu varus, or the outer bow-legged or knock-kneed? I'll be honest, when I do my, I don't worry too much about that. A lot of issues there can be bone related rather than soft tissue related. The biggest one I look for now is what are the feet doing? Have they got a nice arch on, not a nice arch, but an arch on the foot? Is it well supported? Or have they got a fallen arch, referred to as pes planus, for flat foot? Now on that note, before we go any further, most people seem to think that flat-footedness is just cosmetic. It's not, it's very much functional. Let's use an example. Let's assume I've got a nice sexy arch, nice high arch. Every time I land my foot, every single time I land that foot, it lands, let's assume I'm normal, no such thing. Then great, everything else is honky-dory. If I've got a flat foot, every single step I ever make, I'll exaggerate it. As I land the foot, the arch is formed, therefore, it's going to roll in. You can answer a version of the femur. In other words, the femur rolls in, puts extra stress on the knee joint, all over, but mainly what's referred to as a valgus stress on the inside. Also affects the hip joint. So think of the hip replacements or wear and tear within that hip joint, unnatural wear and tear. The acetabulum and the head of the trochanter isn't a perfect sphere, it's shaped. So you're not going to get a nice smooth roll around as that does that. It's getting more of an unnatural, slightly more unnatural movement. A little bit more unnecessary wear and tear. So it's very much a functional thing and can have a big part to play. Because of that, rotating the pelvis and causing a lot of low back pain can be solved by a trip to the podiatrist and some orthotics put in, if that's relevant and necessary for you. Another issue with fallen feet is something referred to as talus valgus, which is basically the talus bone here rolls in. So you can argue, I'm not a podiatrist, I'm not my level of expertise, but there's a difference between having a flat foot and having a talus valgus, the talus bone rolled into the midline. And both flat-footedness, pes planus, and talus valgus, that talus bone rolling in, basically can cause a kink. The Achilles tendon, just about normal, the Achilles tendon doesn't quite run straight, but let's keep it simple, let's assume it runs straight. You've got a flat foot, you're basically probably kinking it, and it's pure mechanics, it's not efficient. Therefore, if one side, and it's imbalance in the body which causes more problems, then it's not going to be an efficient movement, especially for a sports person, but for anyone really, but more so beginners who sports. And that's basically the postural assessment from the rear. The one extra thing that I do, and I'm looking at glute medius now, when I do this, is I'll stand back and I'll ask Tanya, can you just lift your right leg up? When you lift up nice and high to the ground, try not to touch the wall, and then lower down. If you touch the wall, it just alters what I'm looking for, and lift the left leg. And now can you do it wrong if you know what I'm looking for? Just lift the right one up. That's called Trendelenburg. This is Trendelenburg, well, it's Trendelenburg gait is referred to. And what I'm looking for is, lift your right leg up. As the time you lift the right leg up, the left glute medius should kick in and fire and keep that pelvis level. Lower down. If it's weak, you get one of two things happening. Just do the drop hip, don't lean over. So lower down. Lift your right leg up. If that is weak, that pelvis will fall down because that's not strong enough to keep that pelvis up. So that might happen. Lower down. Conversely, you might get just lean over. Lift the right leg up, just lean over. Okay? And that's to compensate for that being weak. The body, the brain, leans over to the other side to compensate for that being weak, that not being strong enough to keep that level. The body just uses force, gravity to take the weight over to keep you balanced. Or you can get any combination of that. You can do both. That dropping down and then leaning over. So when people walk, you sometimes see people walk, as they walk, they sort of to side, that's referred to as trend down their gait. Just a sign, not that they've got sexy hips, it's a sign they've actually got weak glute medius, one side or to the left, and that is a test to have a look at that. And that's the postural assessment. It's actually a little bit more detailed than you really need to know. A summary, and keep it simple, 90% of the time your clients will be a lot more fully clothed than Tanya just like stripping off for some reason. So you'll have a lot more clothes on, so you don't go into massive amounts of detail. What's the head doing? You want them to stand naturally, you want to be stretched out to them. Is the head over to one side? Are the shoulders level or are they not? How far away from the spine are the shoulder blades? Is the pelvis level? Is any noticeable deviation in the spine from the back? Again, don't pay too much attention personally for these, I don't think there's a massive part. Most of the defeating the Achilles. Are they flat-footed? Are they flat-footed on one side or both sides? Again, it's usually imbalance that causes more problems than both of them being. And of course, a lot of things in the body. You can be massively tight here, massively tight there. That causes a lot less problems or issues than if you're normal one side and overly tight the other, because that's causing the imbalance. I'm not going to go into too much detail here. Certain clients, if you're dealing with top-level athletes or sports people, they actually need imbalance. They don't necessarily need the correct, so-called correct posture, but I'm not going to go into that here. I might do a separate video for that one. And that's the postural assessment from the rear, from the posterior view. We'll do another video from different angles as well. I'm Paul, this is Tanya from the Pilates teacher trainer. Thanks for watching.
Bye.